Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Tonight, our topic is going to be on women and taking accountability. Give Rose some time to get here. While you're coming in, make sure that you like this live, and then also make sure that you share it as well and participate in the comments. So let's get started. Um, so before I start, let me just tell you, I really looked up the reasons why men say, I posted one already so you guys can see. I asked the question, why do men think or say, I think I would use the word say, that women don't take accountability? Because I want to know what that looks like, number one, because I think for the most part, with certain things, women do take accountability. But if I was going to go in on women and being completely transparent and accountable, we really don't. And I'm saying we because I represent women, right? Does Asia take accountability? Child, I take too much accountability sometimes. People done ran over my ass in the past because I take accountability. Like, oh, I'm sorry for this or that. And maybe them ran me over and I cussed them out. And then I apologize for cussing them out because, right, just because you do something or something is done to you doesn't mean you have the right to do anything after that. And that's the part where I kind of feel like women don't take their accountability because there is accountability there. And then as well, we make some decisions. We make some decisions that include primarily the partner in our life, so the man in our life, and then our children as well. And then we account it to things where it doesn't belong, if we're being completely honest. But there are some caveats. So I was pro man for this topic. And so to be fair, I always use the same portal to look for information. And then this time I posted it in advance so that men could chime in. That's their business. They didn't. But we hear this over and over. Women don't take accountability. Now, I have gotten some good information from like the men around me. But we'll see. So let's get started. I'm going to tell you what the answers were. They weren't in my favor because I was against you heifers. Just saying. Let's see. So the first one was, I'm going to read it exactly what it says. Okay, so, it was top 5 reasons men say women don't take accountability. See, I'm not a liar. I'm just saying, I'll take accountability. So, number 1 is stereotypes and biases. Some men may believe that women are inherently inclined to avoid taking accountability due to social stereotypes and biases. They may perceive women as more emotional, passive, or dependent, which could lead them to assume women are less likely to take responsibility for their actions. It's sad, but I could see where that one would be true. Where I didn't think about, so I picked 5, only one, 2 of them I agreed with, as in have thought about it before. But this one, I didn't even think about that. So I know that this one has impacted me a lot because I do take accountability. And when I do, let's just take the office, right? When I do step into the office or in a relationship, you have to word things a certain way, right? And how you word them, you're being careful not to fall into a trap of a stereotype. That's just the reality, right? Because if you are having a day, let's just say PMS is impacting you. Okay, let's just call it what it is. And you say something like, I'm sorry for how I behaved yesterday, it was that. Do you know some men will carry that shit throughout your whole career? Like they'll keep throwing that back at you, or it's just not fair. And so because of those things and because of feeling like things are attached to emotion, then you will not. Another prime example of that is some people don't like to be told you did this, you did that. So we're taught in communication, and as like social climates have progressed, we're told to say how something made you feel as a result of an action. So basically, not putting the blame on them, but just saying that this is how it made me feel, because it could impact somebody else completely different, right? When it's black or white. I mean, you wouldn't punch somebody in the face and say, that made me feel like, no, that's a direct action. But where it's subjective, you can't. So in those particular cases, a lot, I won't say a lot, because men say, a lot of us say it, we'll say things like, I feel like this, or when you did this, it made me feel like this. And now that has backfired on us, and more men are saying, you're only going off how you feel. Why are you talking about how you feel instead of talking about facts? But the reality is, a lot of us that have talked to the men in our lives, and that doesn't mean just the man that you're dating. That's also just a man in your life, your leader, your father. Some people have very strict fathers. They say things like, that feeling isn't real. But we said what you told us to say, and it still backfired. And if we tell you exactly what happened in order of the way that it happened, because people have become such narcissists, they'll try to convince you that it didn't happen in that order. Right. So number two is, and this is one I say all the time, lack of visibility. So men may perceive women as avoiding accountability because they have fewer leadership positions or decision-making roles in certain industries or sectors. The lack of visibility and representation can create an impression that women are not taking responsibility, even if they actually are. So let's use the example of, okay, let's use a couple examples. So two people are, what do y'all say? Free. So two people are free, and they just, we met each other on the first day, and we just, don't deny yourself. So she gets pregnant, right? Now, because she kept the baby, it's her fault. Okay. So the perception based on the outside, based on visibility, is that she is taking responsibility. She's choosing to have the child, or she's taking responsibility and not choosing to have the child. Whatever she's doing, she's considering that this is coming through her body and going to impact her life, and she will have to stick with this decision and risk her health. Stick a pin right there. Women's health, that's the most deaths. Next, health wise deaths, next to BBLs, in the Black community. She's taking responsibility. She's doing what she needs to do. The part where it's muddy, and this is the part where I agree with is unfair, where it's muddy, is that if she chooses to go forward and have the baby, if she starts to call him a deadbeat father, but he said from the beginning that he either wasn't equipped, his job has him all over the place, not equipped, financially not prepared, not equipped. The decision to conceive is with both people as soon as they lay down. The decision to deliver is completely on her. So that responsibility is on both of you. So if you lay down with a woman, and this is why the focus is pulled more towards the man, and people do jump on visibly outside. So calling him a deadbeat father or empathizing with her is because she made the decision to have the child and sacrificed her life when she wasn't ready. So the belief outwardly is that you should do the same. Is that my belief? It's not my belief. Um, it's not my belief. Only if, too many caveats, right? Again, that visibility. But only if he was never involved. He cannot be in and out. In and out, you're playing games. If you literally say that from the beginning, you make the decision not to, and you go to court to do it and sign over your rights or whatever you need to do, that's your business. Do I feel like if you do that from the beginning that you shouldn't have to take accountability? I do. But just so you know, men, some court systems still will make you pay for it. They just won't make you be there. It's the visibility. And those women can go around and say you are a deadbeat. There are women that can do things to trick the person, the man, and we can say all day, well, you still should have wore a condom. You still should have did this. The reality is, I mean, come on, damn. Like, they should get a break. And that, to me, is the biggest space where women don't take accountability. That's the biggest space. Hence the reason why Asia don't YOLO. I don't play those kind of games. Let's see. So, number 3, communication styles. This is the one. This is the one right here. So let's see. Men and women often have different communication styles, and sometimes men may misinterpret women's communication as lack of taking accountability. Women may approach a conversation more collaboratively and express emotions differently, which can be mistakenly seen as avoiding responsibility. That's the one right there. I feel like, and I have witnessed, and I see where men and women are saying the same thing, and she did take accountability, but because her accountability, cheating. I'll use that one. So when a man cheats, the belief is that, and I say the belief because it depends on the situation. Y'all, I got my own eyelash poking me in my eye. The belief is that, and the right thing to do is to say that you are sorry. And a lot of times women will draw that shit out. They will draw it out. It depends on how bad you hurt her. It depends on how long you did it. Everything that was involved in that cheating, it depends. Stick a pin right here. Men, if you cheated and it's a laundry list of shit to say and she only knows one thing, your best bet is to tell all of it. I mean, if you're going to punch her, run her over with a car. Run her over with the car. Get it over with. Then, if she forgives you, you're moving forward with a clean slate. Versus one thing comes out, then another thing comes out, then another thing comes out. Get it all out, okay? Here's the caveat piece that accountability is looked for. Even in that cheating situation, there are instances where something the woman did or continued to do contributed to cheating, right? And if it could contributed to cheating, hold on. If it contributed to cheating, she may not take accountability the way that she should. So she's going to always be on the side of the victim and not being apologetic, not trying to fix the parts where she made an error, especially in marriages. And my belief is that because of those two different communication styles, he wants her to be equally as responsible. But in a situation of cheating, we're never going to be equally responsible. If the woman cheats, the place of accountability, they look to the friends. And they look to the friends for us to tell our female friends when they are wrong for cheating. That is the accountability that they're looking for. And it's not always there. So do I understand how communication styles could range? and vary in how a man perceives a woman to be taking accountability? Yeah, because unfortunately, some men, when you make a mistake, they want you to kiss their ass for a very long time because they probably had to do it before. But that was their choice. You shouldn't have did the shit. I wouldn't do it. I'm not kissing nobody's ass. That's just me. I will say I'm sorry and I will move forward different. Problem is, half of y'all don't move forward different. So you keep apologizing for the same shit. Maybe it's your fault. I don't know. Okay. Hey, Rose.
Hey, everyone.
Let's see. Let's move to the next one and I will allow Ro to speak. So the question I asked Ro into chat GPT specifically was um, top 5 reasons men say women don't take accountability. It don't look like these are really going in men's favor.
What are
You
they
know how
saying?
to make this shit up, huh?
What are they saying?
So the first one was stereotyping and biases. Guys, I'm going to do a recap and just read through them and then go to let her comment on those 3 and then move forward. So stereotyping, some men may believe that women are inherently inclined to avoid taking accountability due to social stereotypes and biases. They may perceive women as more emotional, passive, or dependent, which could lead to them assuming women are less likely to take responsibility for their actions. The next one is lack of visibility. Men may perceive women as avoiding accountability because they have fewer leadership positions or decision making roles in certain industries or sectors. This lack of visibility and representation can create impressions that women are not taking responsibility, even if they actually are. I used pregnancy for that one. Um, and then communication styles. Men and women often have different communication styles, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes men may misinterpret women's communication as lack of taking accountability, which may approach a conversation more collaboratively and express emotion differently, which can be mistaken as avoiding a responsibility. That's it. Oh, yeah, avoiding responsibility. Anything on those?
I Not really. I just think, me, I feel like the way that women and men think is all the way different. So I don't think that we'll ever understand each other the way we think.
You don't think we'll ever understand, or you don't think it'll be effectively communicated?
I don't think it will be effectively communicated because we literally don't think the same. We literally don't think the same. The way we think, they're gonna all the way think different. It's gonna be a totally different everything. I
Okay,
think
so
that's a,
let's.
I think that's a reason why a lot of people the communication is messed up because we literally don't think the same. We don't think the same.
So let me ask you this. So that one falls perfectly under communication. That's a perfect
Mhm.
example. Is Do you think that we won't understand, or you don't want to understand because
No,
you?
I do. You know me. I ask a million
No,
questions.
not you as a whole.
Well, it depends on if it's a person like me. If you're a person that just don't care, you probably won't. But like a person, I'll speak as for a person like me. I really do try to understand. So a lot of times I ask men how do they feel and why do they feel like that and what and who, because I really do try to understand how they feel. Okay, tell me how you feel so I can try to understand why you're feeling this way. But some women don't. They can just care less. Like I don't understand and I don't care. That's not how I feel. So it depends on the type of person you dealing with.
I agree. So last night, I watched one of my African movies from a different family. Y'all, let me tell y'all what happened. So, me being the good person I am and trying to promote African movies like they asked for, I do, and I include short clips. Did one of them give me a damn copyright and my video got taken down? How far are we in this video?
20.
Bitch. I was so pissed off because first of all, you moved straight to copywriting when you could have just asked me to take the clips out. But you're also the same person that if you go to these people's page, oh, help me promote, oh, help me promote. First of all, that's not copywriting. Because if that was the case,
I can understand that when you said it was
me,
copyright. Like,
bro, that's not copywriting. They literally have like people that'll put up the whole movie and stuff like that. That's copywriting. I don't ever do over two. I think one was probably 3 minutes, but not in that video. But either way,
it's like a commercial.
exactly.
Commercial.
And you ask for people to promote your stuff. You're supposed to support each other. So now, as petty as I am, I emailed him, and you can either put my video back up, or just so we are clear, you will not like what happens to you next, because you got all kind of American music in your shit. But because it's pinging from Africa, it looks different. Well, don't worry, baby. It'll ping a little bit differently.
So how long does it take for them to get back to you?
Till they respond to my email. Because you can go to them directly. Yeah, YouTube gave me their email directly.
Oh, so you have to go through them, not through YouTube, to say that it wasn't a copyright thing.
I can do either one. So you can appeal it through YouTube, which I think should not have let it go through to begin with. Or you can go directly to
the source.
I prefer to go directly to the source, because here's the thing. If you did it to me, you're probably doing it to other people. You might want to stop, because when you wasn't making shit and your wig still looked like horse shit, you wanted people to promote your shit. Now you done finally made it over here on a little vacation and y'all think y'all top flight. Bitch, you're at Ross. That's regular. I'm regular, just to be clear. But you and Ross, you're doing a whole vlog in Ross.
When did you see
mess with my money? That's ridiculous. I've donated money to them and everything. Like, I'm a for real supporter, and I'm supporting you just because you, like, don't do that. And that's what I mean about them. That don't even make sense, doing something like that. You didn't even have a business thing. You didn't have a trademark or nothing. You went back and picked up a video. Are you serious?
Yeah, you do always support their videos too.
Well, we'll see going forward. I'll let y'all know. People be grindy as shit when they get a little bit of money. So, in the form of communication. However, y'all understand perfectly if it's your brother going through something, or you understand perfectly if it's your daddy dating somebody that you don't like, or something like that. So you understand, and those same rules don't apply when you're talking to a male that you are dating or married to. And that, for me, is where I'm just so lost, because even when we talk about how males treat people, how men, everybody's brain automatically goes to the man you're dating, when 9 times out of 10, to be like 100, the first person I'm thinking about is my biological father. Like, nigga, you ain't shit. You're the reason why I'm like this. You did this. Like, that man that you just met didn't implant those things in you. He brings them out.
I was gonna say, it just brings it out.
Right. But nobody's responsible for our happiness. We're responsible for our happiness, but they are responsible not to come in and provoke you and things like that. If a man needs to be heard, I think that you should hear him. I think that when you listen, especially when they're being vulnerable, just like you want them to embrace the baby girl in us, right? Because you can call us baby girl and that's fine. But you can't, if you call a man, baby boy, or coddle him or hug him or let him cry, then it's a thing. And it's just not right, because that's somebody else's son, brother, and relative as well. Okay, next one, gender dynamics and power imbalances. So, in certain power imbalanced relationships or situations, men may accuse women of not taking responsibility to maintain control or assert dominance. This can be seen in cases of workplace harassment or abusive relationships, where men may accuse women of not taking responsibility for their actions in order to shift the blame or maintain power.
Like, I need an example.
You need an example? Okay. Okay, let's say, oh, perfect example. Okay, a perfect example. Ike and Tina.
Okay.
I was like, I got 3 of them off the top of my head, but they personal for other people. I can't say them. It's still too fresh. But that's the perfect example. Ike and Tina. That girl didn't do nothing wrong for you, be beating her like that, but you always put it back on her, and she always, I'm sorry, Ike. I'm sorry, Ike. And that's the extreme of it. That was just so I could give an example.
Yeah, he beat me because I didn't sing right, but you really was. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Basically, they're manipulating the situation.
Yeah.
That's why I said, y'all, some of these are not in your favor. But the answer was why women don't take accountability. Or the question was, why they don't take accountability. Would you take accountability if you knew what was going to happen?
Who made this list?
ChatGPT.
Who?
ChatGPT. So I pulled the information off the internet, all of the sources off the internet.
Sorry, everybody. I haven't ate today.
I haven't either, which is why I'm thinking my head hurts like this.
Yeah. I'm like literally starving.
I got chicken nuggets at the store when I went to order something. Quick caveat, y'all, while she think about her answer. And I bit into one, and then I threw it on the floor, and it bounced back. So then I handed them back to him and said, who in the hell are you giving this to? People feed their kids chicken nuggets. Are you trying to kill me? So I gave it back.
I'm answering that question. You know my mind is messed up. Asia.
What?
I'm answering that question?
Yeah. I was like, wait, what? I wasn't here. I was like, huh? I'm right here.
Am I answering? But I'm saying, what am I supposed to be answering it? You know, I'm just, Lord.
How you feel about it? Is it true?
The way you said with Ike and Tina, I would say it's true, but it's not fair.
Why?
Because women like that, I don't want to really call them that because I've never been in a situation like that, but I would say they would come off as weak women, because if you were a stronger woman, you would know that you're not doing wrong. And me, I'm not apologizing to you when I didn't do nothing to you, sir. Like, I'm not gonna apologize for something I didn't do just because you said that I did it. So to me, women like that, they are weak. But like you said, Tina Turner, that was a perfect example. She got strong in the end, and then just think he still tried to manipulate her by putting a gun out there and saying he'd kill her, and she was fed up. So I think with women like that, you have to literally get fed up of the situation, then you stand your ground. But before that, sometimes women do that because those men are the sole providers and everything. So they're scared to, I guess disobey, because you're really not disobeying, but disobey because they never know what happened, and that's the person that takes care of their life. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't think that is right. It's not fair, but I think that's why those type of women let that happen. That I think in my mind why they let it happen.
So I would say yes. For me, I don't think that, or it would be nice if you didn't. So a good comparison as well would be when some men are asked, why did you cheat? Why didn't you just leave? They stay because they do love I think a lot of times they do love the person, but they didn't feel either one, they didn't feel, let's just talk about the ones that didn't feel comfortable to tell their mate whatever they needed to tell them, because they don't like to hear the word no, because
Right.
they call that rejection now.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
It's the equivalent on the other side. So they're not taking accountability because they already know what the situation will look like, is what this one sounds like. It sounds like you already know that this person is going to put it back on you, is going to put it back on you, and you're going to lose power. Like, if I admit that I did this thing, this is going to be held over my head for so long. I'm never going to get from up under this. Like, a lot of women won't even tell that they cheated, even if they stop. They don't, and they didn't get caught, because if they know somebody, and a lot of, most people do know a woman that has cheated, they prefer to take that shit to their grave and act better, because even the idea of a man thinking that you cheated, he behaves a certain way for a while. Even if he think it's a coworker, let's just say, he's going to talk to you crazy every time you go to work, ask you why you're doing such and such at lunch, and you actually didn't do it then. So if you do happen to do it later, you're not saying shit. You're not going to take accountability.
Yeah, that's
Because it's not going to look the same.
That's a perfect example, actually.
Girl, I'm telling you, I'll land sometimes. So let's see. The last one is, this one isn't in your favor either, men. Projection of personal experiences. Some men may project their personal experience onto all women, assuming that women don't take accountability based on their own negative encounters. These negative experiences, if generalized, can lead to the belief that women in general avoid accountability, even though it may not be true for the majority of the women. The majority of women do take accountability. Huh?
Yeah, I said men do that all the time.
That's why I said this shit is not in their favor, because it's just not. It would have been better, and that's why I put it out early, so men could give exact examples that they wanted to discuss, because sometimes those things are common of the groups that you are around. Because of birds of a feather flock together, they usually do the same shit and stuff like that. When we pull stats, they're pulling from all of the internet. So it's not a specific location. I can't say in California. I can't say that.
I even hate when they say that birds of a feather flock together. I literally hate that term, because I really don't believe that.
Well, it's more likely. It's more likely because you're exposed to it, so you know about it. That's what that means to me, because I know people that have done a lot of things that I would never do, and I don't judge people, and you're still my friend or still my relative. That has nothing to do with me.
But to me, a birds of a feather flock together are people that do the same thing. So that means if you know somebody that's like, if you with somebody, you hang around somebody that cheat, they gonna figure like, were you a cheater too? Birds of a feather flock together. So that's what I'm saying. You saying that you know somebody that do it, but you wouldn't do it. They not.
But we still flock together. We move together. I just didn't do it.
But they gonna feel like you did it too.
Exactly.
Like you're like that too, which is not fair, because all people are not like that.
No, but do you want to know something? And this is where people need to take accountability. So I have a cousin right now who's sitting in jail, father of 2 beautiful kids, a wife, everything, sitting in jail for something he didn't do, for something that he has no ties to, knew nothing about, or nothing. My own brother spent 14 years in jail for something he did not do, that they said he did not do, that had recordings that show when he got in the car, and all of these other things. But birds of a feather flock together. You're still going to be, you have the potential to be caught up in certain things, even if you're just around it.
Yeah.
So that's why that term is so big, because you're still exposing yourself to it. And some things are outside of your control. But if things happen in relation to it, the first question is, well, why were you there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because that's my friend. But if y'all don't do the same things, why was you there? Why wouldn't you be friends here or here or here? Why there? I think we need to take more accountability for that type of stuff, because it's getting people in trouble left and right. But with this one, I agree. And on the show, I think the last one, the one before the last we did on Thursday, where Dr. P summed it up and said, just because you had an experience with 10 people since you've been here doesn't mean you get to say all Black. You haven't even had a perfect sampling of that. So you can't even say that unless you made it your job to go out and go in each pocket, each community, each type of different thing, and you receive the same type of treatment. You can't say that, because you're only talking about the community that you surrounded yourself with. Like most people that are from LA, you have no idea what Long Beach is like. You haven't even been off your street. And they'll do that. And men are real good at that shit. But you want us to take accountability. First, we need to be able to trust that what you're telling us, you're not prematurely judging us. And with some men, you start out with an F and you have to work your way to an A.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know how women are told, like that music song, I'm not to blame for what previous people did. Men do that shit a lot. And they may not compare you to what the other woman did, but they're comparing you to how their mama hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
But they do it. And their
Or
perception.
or a friend that girlfriend is doing something or something like that.
That's a big one.
Oh,
That's a big
about
one.
the homegirl girl doing this. So y'all doing that.
And you be like, but I'm a nurse and she's a whole truck driver. How do we have anything in common?
Girl, they don't care.
They don't. They be scarred as hell.
Mm-hmm.
People need to
I
get
low key think that they worse than us. We be scarred, but the men are worse than us now.
low key.
They're worse.
High key. High key.
Like, it's sickening.
So if you were going to tell, Jesus, my neck is hurting. If you were going to tell a woman to take accountability that you saw doing something, would you be open and honest with your friends?
I'm always open and honest, yeah.
You think maybe to a fault? No, I'm just kidding.
Too much, evidently, shit. Don't get me started. I'm like, too much. I don't have a filter at all. But I'll tell,
No.
I'm not a friend that just because you're my friend, I said that before, I'm not going to agree with you. If you're doing something wrong, I'm going to tell you.
Do you think that women hold their friends accountable? Do you think that that is a true saying when men ask that?
Some women do, but some women don't. Like I said, some women is gonna be right on. They gonna take their friend's side. Like, no, I'll stand with you. Some friends ain't. I'm not gonna tell you that you're right. If you wrong, I'm gonna be like, no, bitch, you wrong. I'm not that friend, and you could tell me the same thing. You could tell me, no, you're wrong, and I don't have a problem with that. I mean, just because you tell me that, don't mean that I'm gonna believe it. But you can tell me, because I'm gonna tell you.
Do you think that some women don't tell their friends where they're messed up because they're afraid of losing that friendship?
Some do, but again, those are timid and weak females. Why would you care if you're gonna lose your friend if you telling them the truth?
Because some people be like, it ain't even big enough for that to be my business, so I don't care.
I guess it just depends then.
Yeah, how big it is.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
But
You-
I think most mature women hold their friends accountable, and it depends on the type of friend it is. Some friends, like you said, I stop dealing with the friend because the friend told them the truth. You know what I mean? Or try to hold them accountable. They okay, bitch, I'm not fucking with you no more either.
Let's light some sage. Yeah, listen. These people these days, they don't want to be told the truth at all. I don't think that they
No,
do. Um, mm-mm. And here's the other thing. I think that it would be easier for people to take accountability if people had more white gloves when they said something. They actually said it from a place of concern and not a place of judgment.
mm-hmm.
Um, it's
But
how you
it
package
don't
it as
even
well.
matter sometimes. It don't matter. If a person don't want to receive something, it don't matter if you say it right, soft. It don't matter. It just depends. Now, like I'll say us. Most people say Aquarius don't have filters. A lot of times I say stuff and they be like, well, it's the way you said it. But they know that I really love them. Like I'm not saying it from a place of malice. But sometimes the way I say it, they don't like it. Cause I be like, you being motherfucking stupid. Like you being real stupid right now. Booty whoop 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 whoop. And like you don't gotta say it like that. But at the end, you know that I'm telling the truth. Like you know
Right.
that I'm telling the truth. And then some people I'll be like, well, my mom like, well, you shouldn't have said it like that, Rashawn. I don't know how to say it no other way. Like, why do I have to sugarcoat it for you? A lot of people need that unfiltered, raw truth because that's what's wrong with people. People is always, they want people to sugarcoat stuff and not tell them the real deal. No, I'm going to give it to you straight, raw, no filter, no chaser. And you can take it or leave it. But you could tell me the same thing. I don't have a problem with nobody telling me the same thing either. But I'm gonna tell it to you just like that.
But isn't the goal to help the other person?
Yeah, I am trying to help you, but I'm just not gonna sugarcoat it to you.
But what if that's how they will receive it better?
They ain't gonna receive it better. If they feel like I'm offending them by the raw truth, they still ain't gonna receive it with me babysitting it and feeding it to them like a newborn child. No.
Is that how you would talk to your employees at work?
Oh Lord, I probably couldn't because of the way they so want to sue people all the time. I don't know. See, I would have to hire somebody for that because I probably would. I would have to hire. That's a real good question. I would have to hire somebody for that because, oh, girl, you know everybody would be all kind of bitches and everything, and that's just the way I talk. Like I would have to hire somebody.
Why are you egging this girl on?
So no,
Rose gonna give me a heart attack. That's what she's gonna do.
I
Because
probably
the appropriate answer was supposed to be, no, I wouldn't. I guess I could say things different to people. Not with Rose.
mm-mm.
Oh my heck. This is
That's
why I
why I'm
got tension.
not a supervisor no more. I literally hate being a supervisor. I'm like, if I gotta be in charge, I gotta be in charge of myself. I'm not trying to be in charge of nobody, and then I'm their supervisor and I get in trouble too. I don't like it. I don't know how to talk to people. Once I get to a certain level, it's all out the door. And I have done that to where I would be like, I quit. But I remember one time too, I tried to keep talking to this one CNA. I'm like, oh Lord, like, let me try to be nice, Rashonda. Like, okay, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm asking you to do this, I'm asking you to do that. You can't tell me what to do. I was like, okay, let me go take a break. Let me go take a break because I'm like, this, y'all want the
Church
promoter?
finger.
Yeah, y'all want the Pomona Rashonda to come out. So I went and took a break. I came back. She's still sitting down on her phone and all that. I'm like, what did I tell you? Like, literally, I told you to do X, Y, and Z. I told you can't tell me what to do. And I was like, well, bitch, you can clock the fuck out.
Whoa. Okay.
And she was like, what I said, you heard exactly what I said. And she stood up and I was like, bitch, what? Because we can go right the fuck outside. I tried to talk to you nice and everything. Then everybody looking at me and they're crazy and all that. Like, Rashonda. I'm like, y'all literally heard me. Y'all literally heard me talk to this girl nice over and over again. So now that's what you want to do. So bitch, go clock the fuck out. Now.
Ro and Hilda.
And everybody was there, and I was gonna quit that day because I was like, I know I can't talk to people that way. But it's like, girl, I'm tired. We work in night shift. It's probably like 3:00 in the morning, bitch. I'm tired, and I'm telling you to do stuff over and over again. And I literally am the nicest supervisor ever. Like, come on now,
I believe you, but oh God, why do
girl.
y'all do this to me? Why do y'all give me aneurysm? I need a massage. My fucking shoulders hurt. Y'all give me neck pain.
I hate when I have to be. I literally hate when I have to be like that. But it's like sometimes that's what it takes. It's another coworker I work with at this same place. And I was always, everybody always think I'm so, I really am a genuinely nice person, but they feel like they can run over me because they don't see the other side of me until somebody bring it out. So this girl, literally, we were short nurses that night, charge nurses. So we had to like split rooms and stuff.
Mm.
So when it was time for me to leave, and I was new still, I was new to that facility, and it was a patient that went to dialysis, and he didn't get his blood sugar checked and all that stuff. And so the dialysis center was there to pick him up, the driver, and he was like, "Oh, well, I didn't get my blood sugar checked or whatever." And it was like, "Well, who was the nurse?" And then the girl was like, "Oh, she was." And then they paging me over here like, "Oh, Rashonda, come with whoop." And so they was like, "Why you didn't do X, Y, and Z?" And I was like, "Because that wasn't my patient." And then they was like, "Yes, it was." I said, "No, it's not. Look on my schedule and tell me where was that my patient." And then the girl came over there talking. Yes, it was. I was like, girl, and I felt so bad because it was students there that day and everything. Like it was in the morning time where everybody came in. And I was like, that wasn't my patient. I said, I could show y'all my schedule. Yes, it was your patient. And I was like, bitch, I'll beat your ass. I was like, Lord, why did she make me do that? And they looked at me. Why do y'all make me act like this?
Y'all see why they say women don't take accountability? Because she really followed up with, why do they make me do this?
Yeah,
Which,
I'm like,
by the way, I'm agreeing with her because I'm from the P as well. And I have told several people to come in my office and close the door. So
yeah, like
I
I'm
just
like,
have an office. She don't have one.
I just felt bad because the students was looking like,
Yeah.
and then she looked, and I was like, that that was your patient, and nowhere on here it says it was my patient. We did rounds together so we could know which rooms we have. Don't try to play me. You thought I was this nice little timid young girl. I was like, but I'm not, and I'm not doing that shit, bitch. You go in there and do it. She looked like, girl, for like 3 weeks. We had to still work together. I act like that bitch wasn't there, like she was invisible. Then she had to pull me to the side one day, like, can I talk to you? I was like, bitch, what? Because at this point, I don't like you no more. Don't do that to me. And so she was like, I just want to apologize, whatever. We got to work
So she
together.
took accountability.
Girl,
And
she
then did
actually
you
did.
apologize?
And it was crazy because I'm the only person she's ever taken accountability for because I stood up to her.
Because you
That's nobody else. Everybody else that came and stuff, she did will punk everybody else. Punk everybody else. And I would just be laughing inside like, you I went through the same thing as y'all, but only for a couple of days. She was a big old bully. But if you didn't say nothing to her, she would do that. But she only took accountability with me. Because I was not playing out. I was tired and everything. At them points, I don't even be caring. Like, y'all can fire me. I don't even care. but I
So
still
let
can't
me just tell you which
stand back
one
to
that falls under. Let me tell you. That falls under number one, stereotypes and biases. That falls under that. So she could have easily said she was wrong from the beginning, but she couldn't. She had to stand her ground because of how that fool acted. Uh, did you apologize? You apologize later, right?
Me?
Never mind. Don't answer. Uh,
And I didn't do nothing.
you did.
No, I didn't.
Jesus.
I didn't do anything.
That was a power imbalance.
I didn't do anything. She made me act that way. If I could apologize, I would apologize to the students because I didn't want them to feel like this is a professional environment. I don't want y'all thinking like this. But that day,
So that's accountability. Jesus, what is up with you tonight?
I would have, but I didn't.
I can already see these comments. These comments is gonna be like, well, tonight we both got on black shirts. They like to identify us by our shirt. Because one show they was like, yeah, the girl in the yellow shirt. And I'm like, she was going all confident and all off the topic. Y'all just want her because she aggressive as hell tonight. Yeah,
well,
we like the girl in the yellow shirt. I was like, I love her too. She's still batshit crazy.
You already know I'm on one. So.
Baby, listen, I told you. That's why I had to eat a peppermint. FYI, guys, health tip for tonight. If you are stressed out or feel like you're going to cry or anything like that, I'm really for real having really bad pain in my shoulders. Because they give me hypertension. Peppermint is good for calming you down. That's why a lot of ladies in church have them. That's why I actually carry them in my purse. I always have a big ass bag of peppermints, peppermint gum, something, because it helps me. People will take you there. They will. I will say this. Do I agree? Because if you even look at my initial post about this topic, I actually went live and did something. I don't ever really do that, but I was doing it because I really believe it. Women don't fucking take accountability. They don't. In a whole lot of situations, they don't. But where I had to fall back and say I was wrong after I saw the list was birds of a feather flock together. You around your normal group of people, normal group of men, and you hear the same things over and over. But what is everybody else saying, and what does this really look like? Mm-hmm. And then when I got to seeing the reasons, all I thought of went back to what you said to begin with, Ro. We communicate completely different. And like we both said, but we have the same things. We're saying the same shit. You just need yours for these reasons, and I need mine for these reasons. What I do feel like, to sum it up for me, is that women have crossed over to the male side way more than men have crossed over. And now today, women are sick of y'all shit because y'all have taken this shit and ran with it, and you doing way worse shit. It's out of control. And I will say that I'm passionate about what I'm passionate about. Just like if you look at my video where I was like, all right, women, you don't want to make us take accountability because you're going to have to take accountability too. But the reality is, most of our hurt places come from males, starting with the father. So the reality is, males, stop just thinking we talking about the niggas we dated, because most of us have dated nice men. Let's just be honest. I have. So, and I say that all the time. As well, I have nice men in my family. So my bullshit meter is high. I can see when y'all full of shit. You don't bring half to the table of what you're asking for. And then what you asking for, nigga's the first date. But that's just me.
I would say, I don't know.
I just don't hold on, I gotta switch cameras.
Okay.
But you can hear feedback.
I know. I'm ending this one. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. Is it off? Perfect. Okay, so sorry, I had 87 meetings today, so my phone went dead. Well, now at least y'all can see that
We
my
see a
lights.
different view.
Huh?
I said we see a different view.
Right. And you can see, because you know what I'll be thinking? Real quick caveat, and thank you for allowing me to switch over, guys. Some people you be like their camera falls or something like that, and then you get to see like they dirty ass house and stuff like that. Let me tell you, I don't do dirty. So I'll be thinking though, I do got on little shorts, and I'll be afraid if I come and don't put on no bottoms, I'll be the one on media takeout.
Girl, that be me too. That be me too. You know me. I just put on a shirt and got on some panties. Like,
oh my gosh! So
like y'all can't see. Y'all cannot see nothing.
I cannot see it. That's why when I was leaning out, I ended up looking like, woo, shit! I cut on the camera already. It's fine.
That's the good thing about this. But I think more women would take more accountability. Now that you say that, with the way the tables have turned with men, I think, well, I know my mom always tells me, like, oh, y'all can't talk to these men how y'all do. Even though y'all feel like X, Y, and Z, they doing this, it's still a man. You can't talk to a man like that. Because I know, like I said, my mouth, but I only get like that when people take me there. I really am a super nice person. So when I go to that, just know that I done gave y'all a million chances and y'all really took me there, because I can take a lot before I get to that place. But once I get to that place, it's like, it's no shutting me off. Like, because it's so much buildup. But it takes a lot for me to get there. But my mom would still say, like, that's still a man, Rashonda. You cannot talk to a man like that. And I'm like, well, they need not say shit to me then. Because they can talk to me how they want to, but I'm supposed to be silent as a lamb?
No, not silent as a lamb, but I will challenge women to think about this, and I say it repeatedly. It's in the Bible and everything. Your tongue is as heavy as their fist.
Oh yeah, I've had plenty of men to say the way I talk to them, ain't nobody ever talked to them before like that. And
but
I'm like,
every woman, you understand all
it is, and that's what I said,
out.
and that's because you brought that out of me, and you need somebody to talk to you like that sometimes, because y'all just do too much. Once you do too much, then you need somebody to bring you back down to reality.
Or you could just
I don't gotta fight you at all. I know.
What if a man said you was doing too much, so I popped you?
But okay, that's where I draw the line. Because I'm not gonna do too much to where you feel like you want to fight me. You know what? I'll take that back. You are gonna want to fight me after I say what I say with my mouth. But that's because of what you did before. That is, once I say what I say, after you didn't piss me off to the highest level, you are gonna want to talk me after that. But I'll be like, you better tread lightly, brother, because you're gonna go to jail, like you say, jail. But I really do try not to be like that. I'm not the type of female that fights men or nothing. I don't run up on them or nothing. That I don't believe in, because I do know that a man is stronger than a woman. So I'm not gonna run up.
My point. My point was, your mouth is like their fist, not your fist. Their fist.
I know it is. But that's what I'm saying. So you shouldn't bring it out of me to do that. That's taking accountability. Don't bring it out of me. Don't bring it out of me. If you don't do nothing, then I won't do nothing. Accountability at its finest. Don't do nothing. Don't do it.
Oh, did y'all know I had a tattoo? Have y'all seen my tattoo? I got tattoos everywhere. This angle is totally different.
That's why I said it's a different angle. We see a different side now.
It's totally different. Anywho, and by the way, y'all know coming here is like having a conversation. So stay as long as you want, leave when you get ready. This makeup gotta go. This makeup gotta go because I tried the makeup thing. Let me just show you something real quick. I got crowns everywhere.
Yeah, you didn't have your crown on.
I know, because my head.
What kind of makeup is that?
That's one drawer. 𝒂𝒑𝒆. That's
I think I bought some of her stuff today at Ulta. Is it a black lady?
Yes. Take it back.
Let me see if I opened it because I was about to put it on tonight. I only bought a lip liner and the lip gloss. I had took my niece there today to get shaded, and she the one who showed me that she's on TikTok a lot. Is that the same lady?
It's the same drawer too.
Yeah, she has some really nice stuff.
Y'all, this is crazy. And good old crayon case. It's shit everywhere. I'm not using this.
Well, I'll come over so you can show me how to use it.
That's no good. And don't bring nothing with you. It's all kind of shit in here. So
we can have a makeup. Look, we can have a makeup class because I don't know how to do nothing.
Yes,
but I literally just bought that lady. I bought a lip liner and a lip gloss, and I was telling my niece, I was like, "Oh, I like how she has the different shades of black people and say what colors they can wear." So that's why I was like, "Oh, well, let me get this liner and lip gloss." But she had so much stuff out. But I was like, I don't know how to wear makeup, so I won't buy all that stuff because I don't know how to contour and bake and do all that stuff.
Well, guys, I'm doing a giveaway because I need to get this stuff out of here. Because it's ridiculous, and I
wish you would have told me because I spent like almost $200 for her makeup today, and I was pissed off.
Take it back.
She already used it tonight because she was practicing for her senior pictures.
Okay. Well, I am doing a giveaway, not with these because these are foundations. People I know can have them if anybody wants some. Jesus. But do you want to share your story, or do you want to have them, or a piece of your story, a summary of your story?
Oh, actually, I don't know. I think I will start crying tonight again.
Nope. Okay.
I just think it's because I'm about to start my period. I literally
girl. You have every right to be upset because we are upset with you. Okay. This is ridiculous. I really started cleaning out my makeup drawer like y'all not here. I told y'all I invite y'all into my home. Now that I turned it around, there's a reason why I don't do certain shit. There's a reason why. If I face a certain way, I start doing stuff. I'm very OCD with certain things. Like this, I face this way on purpose. But for the holiday season, I do want to know, I need people to tell me what type of giveaways that you want to do. We did do a video on safety, and so something that my nephew made me think about, and I will end with this, is that I always have my taser in hand when I do anything because I'm coming in the door or whatever. I have my taser on hand. But then he made me think about the fact that, number one, well, it does do a distance, but the strength of a taser is a little bit different. He was like, TT, why don't you use your pepper spray? And I was like, well, because the taser is going to take him down like on TV. Hangover. He said, no, use your pepper spray because that you just got to get it in the area. And from the mouths of babes.
And you know what? My mom used to, and we almost got in trouble for that. We would take my mom's pepper spray, and she was a postal carrier, so her pepper spray was stronger than the kind that you could buy in the store. But I never thought about that.
Did she buy it at a place in LA back in the day?
I don't know. I would have to ask her where she got it from. I don't remember. I don't know if they would get it from the postal store or whatever. I'm not sure. I would have to literally ask my mom where she used to get that from. But I remember one time we almost got in trouble for having her pepper spray because it was stronger. But I didn't even think about that.
Have on your Nikes and stay your distance. Yes, I have broken out my shoes, which, by the way, in California is 80 degrees still. We're suffering.
But we can still say about the thing that you told me about, because I said I was gonna at least I'm gonna try to talk about it tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna be
I don't think you should rush.
Yeah, I just want to. I feel like maybe sometimes I kind of feel like if I talk about it, I would feel better. But then I don't know, because every time I start talking about it, I start crying. So I don't know what I said tomorrow. I'll just see how it goes. But I did want to do what you told us about the if they have a droid, because everybody knows on the iPhone, if you have an iPhone, you can pin it. But I don't think nobody knew if you had a droid what to do, because literally everybody that I told that had a droid was like, they didn't know about that.
Okay, so go ahead and take us out with our safety tip.
Okay. Everybody, if you have a droid, I mean, don't act like I'm the only one that has one. First of all, so you will go to your settings. I'm trying to do it with you guys. You'll go to your settings, and then you will go to, what was it? Safety and emergency. I don't even know if you guys can see it right here. Shoot, you can't. But it's safety and emergency. And you right here. But you can't even see it. But it says medical info, and then it says emergency contacts. You would hit the emergency contacts, and then you have a list of emergency people you could put on there. So for me, I put 3 people. So once you put that emergency contact, you can go out. And if ever you needed help, or you needed somebody and it was an emergency, you can press the emergency SOS. And it literally takes a picture in front of you with your front camera. It takes a picture of you with your back camera, and it takes 5 seconds of audio, and literally sends it to whoever you put in your emergency contacts, and it pins your location. That's what it does with droids. And then you can also press the power button, or is it the down? Because I didn't do it that way.
The power button 5 times.
Yeah, the power button 5 times, and it alert those also the emergency people. So that's for people if you have a droid. Also, another thing you can do is if you have Snapchat, you can turn on your live location. That also shows your location at that time too. Now with iPhones, I guess you could just pin the location or whatever. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't know. Asia, you have an iPhone, so you know how to do that.
I do. So on your iPhone, you do the same thing. You go into settings, but if you're ever looking for anything, let me tell you how to find stuff faster. If you go to your app library at the top where you can search, just type in what you're looking for and it'll take you directly to it. But you can pin your location. So as soon as you pin your location, you have to send it to a person specifically, though. That's the only thing that is different. You have to send the pin. What I like about Android is that you can hit that button 5 times and what you just did, and it'll capture like the 5 seconds video, it'll send it out automatically to who you already have.
All 3 people, because I even tried it and it sent it to them right away and it did everything. So that is good. I didn't know how to do a pin location. That's why I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
And that's a little bit different. You want to do the thing that takes the least amount of clicks.
Right.
iPhone, then use what you have. But if you have an Android, you literally hit the power button 5 times, and that's really easy to do. But you turn it on. And here's the other thing, for the emergency SOS. Okay, I have perfect. You can do call emergency number automatically after 10 seconds. You could, okay, here it is. Let me see if it'll work. Let me cover my phone a little bit. But you see it right there. It tells you how to press it 5 times. And then do it. So your phone tells you.
Is that on a Droid or an iPhone?
No, this is the Droid. It's the iPhone. Yes. So I like my Android better. That's what's generally in my hand. Because I have other features on it that gets to things faster. And that's really important, to get to things fast. So that is it from us. We have taken accountability of the safety of our community and gave you 2 things to protect yourself, as well as very good dialogue. And men, please jump in the comments. But like anything else, if you jump in the comments and you're disrespectful, there's power in the tongue. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because I have no loyalty to you. I don't know you. And you clearly would have no loyalty to me to talk crazy. But if you want to give an example of something, you can, and then we can bring it up on future conversations. I don't have a problem with that. Or if you want to join and tell us yourself, you're more than welcome to do so, as long as I know you. Okay? All right. So that is it from us tonight. Tomorrow we'll be on Rose's channel. Talk to Rose at, hold on. At 8. I was making sure your thing came back up. At 8. And then back here, I will be on Thursday night at 9. I'm gonna have y'all. This holiday season is gonna be off the hook. I need y'all to be ready, because the stress is at an all-time high, and just remembering to say certain words is like stressful.
Is it next Thursday? Is Thanksgiving?
Next Thursday? Not this one. Next Thursday. So next Thursday, we might do a show on Tuesday, and I might combine it. But I'm definitely not doing a show on Thursday. No, I'm not. So that is it. So make sure you guys subscribe, and we will. Oh, what's the show about tomorrow? So,
I don't know.
So it may be her story.
Look, I was like,
Or it may be about 𝒂𝒏𝒏. Who knows? We'll find out tomorrow. So make sure that you join. Thank you so much for your support, and hit the like button on the way out and share. Good night.